Hello guys, back again with another video. This is a fan that another fan that I built, but this is not a ceiling fan. But even though it's not a ceiling fan, I thought I would feature it on this YouTube channel because it's got a lot of cool things on it. Honestly, I thought I did pretty darn well on this thing. Just like painted it yesterday. I snipped those off yesterday. Kind of made it cool. Before I get too far in the video, I want to give a shout out to this guy right here. A YouTuber named Fans Houses Collector. He's been helping me he's mentioned the full names of my ceiling fans. And I well appreciate him. I am now a new subscriber to his YouTube channel as of this point. So, thank you very much for helping me out. Because I don't think I ever would have found the names for them. But I guess now I know them because he's mentioned it. So, let's go ahead and get on with this. This is a, little tiny handheld light. Very tiny. When I spin it, it gives a cool effect, but when this thing actually starts spinning, that's when it's really going to start giving those effects. I will turn my flashlight off just to operate it because it's got some lights on it that I want to show off. It does have a very well hidden light actually. It's hard to see on camera, but it's really easy to tell by the light on this phone here. That is a super slim wire. It's got some Christmas lights on it. But if you guys notice already, if you haven't noticed already, I've got better camera quality. The better audio. I got a new phone, so now that weird crickety sounding static is gone. I'm very proud of that. Already I fixed some audio, so that's a good improvement on YouTube. But I still kind of want to get an actual camera and a laptop to transfer videos to YouTube. That's my goal, to improve on YouTube. But anyways, let's demonstrate right now. It runs on about 2.4 volts. Those are 1.2 volt batteries right there. And together they're 2.4, I believe. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But let's go ahead and operate it. As you can see, instantly that light comes on because the light is ran onto a parallel circuit of these three fans. It's not too noisy. I kind of would like to sleep with this thing. And oh yeah, about that light. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn this on for you. And I turned it off by accident. It's got that, constant mode, and then my favorite mode, blinking, and then it's got fade. I'm just going to keep it right there, because it kind of looks cool. It looks like it's kind of activated in a way. Kind of press these batteries together to get it to operate. There it goes. And then that little light right there, I can turn it on right now and show you. I did say I was going to turn off my flashlight for this, so let me go ahead and do that. There's pretty much all the visible lights. There's a light on the bottom too that I really can't get to because I've got my switch system right here. I mean, let me bring back that paper with the YouTuber's name on it. It illuminates pretty well. I don't have my flashlight on, and that's illuminating pretty well. This is a really good book light. So this thing is pretty good for a power outage. If you need air in a power outage and light at the same time, this is going to be perfect. Because, well, it's not really good enough light for, like, illuminating a room, but It's a good light to read a book in front of if you're really sweaty and hot, and you want to read a book too. You want a fan at you too. Just set in front of the thing with put the switch system on the other side, then turn it on, then sit in front of it with a book and read as the fan's literally blowing air in your face. Some people like getting to real close to fans. It has a good range too. Here's my hand. It's really far. I'd say that's 2 candle brightnesses. So that's like double the brightness of that's like double the brightness of one tea light. One tea light candle. If y'all haven't heard of tea lights, if I can find a nearby tea light. Well, anyways, tea light candles are these tiny, short little candles that are used during power outages, or just used as a little light. Maybe if you don't want to turn on your lights or anything, or you just need warmth or something, put a bunch of them around you. But they're mostly used in power outages. Really easy. You turn this light off because it's beginning to die. It's running off of only 2 button cell batteries. Sadly, once that thing dies, I won't be able to replace the batteries, so I'll have to completely take that off and replace it with something else once that thing dies. Which is alright with me because, you know, eventually that thing will get old. Eventually it'll get old by sight. People will want to see something different on there, so once it dies, it dies. It's going to be taken down once it dies. So, yeah, these energizers are rather good energizers. They do eventually go out, obviously, but once they do go out and don't run any of these motors anymore, any of those motors, they, if you give them a little bit of time, they'll kind of recharge themselves. They've got a self-regenerating kind of deal. And I used my battery tester to prove that. My battery, these things were completely dead, and I let them heal up for a little bit, kind of let them rest. And my battery tester just said that they were a little low. That's all. They were just below good power, which is pretty cool. Sorry guys about my poor camera angles. I didn't really mean to keep y'all there in that position for too long. But yeah, here's this fan. These blades are literally mounted with Coca-Cola caps. I'll show you here. The Coca-Cola caps are literally mounted onto the gears of the motors, so I can unscrew these and put different blades on. This blade right here is blowing the most air because it's the steepest pitched, and it's got a stronger motor. These two on the sides have got the weakest motors. That one right there is just blowing the most air, which is what I planned on because it's the strongest motor. What do you expect? But anyways, guys, I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to take the blades off and I'll show you it without the blades, just to let you know that the blades are detachable. And when I want to, I haven't showed you this yet, when I want to turn it off, I just separate these batteries. If I want to turn it on, I put the batteries together. I've got a kind of redneck switch system going here. Got them electrical taped on the negative and positive terminals on each battery. And once I complete the circuit, it runs, and once I put a hole in the circuit, it stops. Alright guys, I'm going to take these blades off and I'll see you in the next clip. Alright guys, so here it is. No blades. Looks bald and naked, but it's got absolutely no blades. Took the blades off and then they're just sitting right there. As you can tell, I wasn't kidding about them literally being mounted on Coca-Cola caps. I think I would call this a Coca-Cola windmill fan. A triple Coca-Cola windmill fan. I'd say this thing encourages people to recycle Coca-Cola bottles and recycle cardboard. Because just look at what amazing things you can do with it. With just a few DC motors and building skills like mine. You don't even have to have good skill to build this. This is not really skilled. And if you save up enough caps, you can not only do the online website thing of My Coke Rewards, but you can just glue legs on here. There are more than those legs, though, because if I lift this up, boom, you get all those legs. There is something underneath there. You can see it right there. That is a light that I'll show you a little bit later. But anyways, guys, what should I name it? Maybe you guys can come up with better names for me, because the name that I found for it is probably either A, too long, or B, too lame. So, what would you guys recommend me to name this? But not so fast there. No inappropriate names. Just name, I know you guys won't give it inappropriate names. You guys are not like that. But give me a really cool name that I can really go with. Then whoever had named it that, I'll mention them in a future video. I'll give them a shout out for giving me the awesome name. But anyways, this thing, I think I'll just make a primary name for it. I'll just call it the Coca-Cola Windmills, because it's literally recycling Coca-Cola bottles. Then it's half Coca-Cola bottles and half cardboard. Actually, it's mostly cardboard. It's really mostly cardboard. But I do have a second ceiling fan that I made, but the one that I featured in my past video was only the second one. The first one, I haven't featured it because it was broken at the time when I uploaded that one video. So here it is right here. It's just right beside me, mounted on my bunk bed. I have not really found a good place for it, so that's why I still have it here for temporary testing purposes. And mounting is really sagging because it's got weak cardboard, but now I've got stronger cardboard. I would probably give it a better mount system. This is only a temporary mount system. I'll put a better mount system on it. See how that works out for it. The light doesn't work anymore. It's it's not broken, but it's out of battery. As y'all can tell, my phone was only sitting like this, aiming directly up at it. So yeah, that's basically the view that y'all were getting. But there it is. It runs on 4.8 volts. The motor came from an old Dremel that didn't work anymore. So, well, the Dremel probably still would have worked, but the battery terminals were really corroded. I had no hopes for it, and the way to connect the batteries up was lost. So yeah, I pretty much had a free Dremel motor that is pretty awesome. And if this thing does spin, it likes to squeak when it wants to, but it has a very squeaky. It has a very squeaky bearing. So yeah, here's this fan. Once again, I want to thank Fans Houses Collector for helping me, providing me information about the fans that I've featured so far. I've actually seen his YouTube channel now. I was actually scrolling through my videos just like an hour ago, and I saw that he commented on most of my videos an hour prior to when I was scrolling in my videos. And so I started commenting back to him, thanking him and asking him questions. So anyways, guys, none of the blades are off. It kind of sounds like a mini engine. Pretty weird, huh? I think later I'll send out a second video. Maybe I'll send out another video tomorrow from the day you're seeing this video. Well, not tomorrow from the day you're seeing this video. You can be watching this video at any time. But the next video after this one that I send out will be a video of the first ceiling fan that I made, which is mostly cardboard. It's got a really torquey motor. The motor is really strong. It's a DC motor, and it can go both directions, obviously, because DC mostly goes in both directions. You can reverse the polarity, or I can't even say that name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm a really bad socializer, so don't judge me too hard. I have ADHD, and it kind of messes with my socializing. Kind of messes with the way I talk. I stutter a lot, mess up all my sentences. I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate to that. But anyways, let's the next video after this one, you will see the ceiling fan, but it's going to be it's going to be a much earlier version because I've already redone something on it. I put a downlight on it. The earlier version in the video that I'm going to send out after this one has only an uplight. But now it has a downlight and an uplight, and it has a totally new blade set. But the blade set is the same design. It's just I had to fix it because the rotor was kind of off center and stuff. The flywheel was off center that the blades were mounted on, and the blades were kind of bendy anyways. Now that I got stronger cardboard, I made stronger blades, and it's way more balanced. Now that the rotor's more centered, the flywheel. It barely wobbles. It wobbled a lot more before, but now it wobbled way more dangerously. It wobbled to the point where it almost fell off the ceiling if I kept it running any longer, but now if I run it, it does not wobble much at all. It only slightly sways at the top. But anyways, guys, tell me what you think of this fan, and then tell me what you think of my homemade ceiling fan. Hang on, guys. Let me get these blades on real quick, because I really haven't found out a way to adjust the thumbnail, and if I keep the camera on these on this fan for too long without the blades, I'll get my video will pop. YouTube will recommend a thumbnail with these blades not on there, and that's not good. So let me do that real quick. Alright, there's the blades back on. I hope that long period amount of time that I had the blades off, I hope that didn't get caught in the thumbnail that this may recommend me with whenever I upload it. But anyways, this is pretty cool. But tell me, whenever I show you the first ceiling fan that I built, tell me what you think about it. So far, I've came up with the name. Actually, really, I've never came up with a name. I don't really want to say my name on YouTube. I named it My Name Built Ceiling Fan. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you can come up with better names for it. But I'm getting there. I'll eventually find a name for it. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for this video. I can't film for too much longer because I don't want to run up my video footage. I got more things to show you. As always, like the video, subscribe if you like my content, and if you want to see more ceiling fan videos or videos like this of my creations. And hit that bell icon right beside the subscribe button to not miss out on any videos that I show you. And as always, once again, thank you to this guy, Fans Houses Collector. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.